Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headlines. Opposition alliance admits that it cannot represent other social sectors. United States rejects dialogue with Venezuela. Venezuelan government analyzes another wage increase for this year. One of the spokesmen of the Democratic Unity Opposition Coalition MUD admitted that this political platform does not represent the working class, students, and other social sectors of the country. Henry Ramos Ayub, Secretary General of the opposition party Acción Democrática and current president of the Venezuelan parliament, said that the MUD is not a corporation, but an entity comprised of political parties, in spite that there are sectors that claim their presence. The political coalition groups nearly 30 ultra-conservative parties that operate in Venezuela. The national authorities confirmed yesterday that Hurricane Matthew had left the Venezuelan coast. Minister of Interior, Justice and Peace, Néstor Reverol, informed that the phenomenon keeps moving towards the north of the country. The pass of Matthew in the nation affected a central and northeastern coast area. In some Andean regions, there have also been effects of the first hurricane of the season. At least 15 landslides were produced in the Andean state of Táchira, border region with Colombia, in the west of Venezuela. Some national roads were also affected in the center of the Andean region. Matthew became a Category 4 hurricane. Several countries of the Caribbean remain in alert. Former Venezuelan representative in the Organization of American States, Roy Charterton, alerted yesterday that the government of Barack Obama has always rejected the efforts of the Venezuelan government to establish a political dialogue. Charterton explained in a televised interview that the national government has maintained a policy open to dialogue with the government of the United States, but the efforts have been rejected. The diplomat admitted that the encounter between President Nicolás Maduro and the North American Secretary of State John Kerry was held, quote, in a good tone, close quote. This dialogue was held in Colombia, in an agenda parallel with the signing of peace that the Colombian nation achieved for the Revolutionary Forces of Colombia, Army of the Peoples. Both nations agreed to continue the dialogue.
Venezuela in the news.
The Venezuelan women's football team will seek its first victory in the Under-17 World Cup when it faces today Cameroon. Venezuela, in its first presentation, fell 2-1 with Germany. The match against Cameroon will take place tomorrow at 9 a.m. Venezuelan time. The Vino Tinto arrived at the event as the South American twice champions, closing on Friday with Canada its commitments with the Group B. Venezuela comes from the 4th position in the previous World Cup edition of this category held in Costa Rica. Vice Minister of Labor José Ramón Rivero informed that the Venezuelan government analyzes another increase of the minimum wage for this year to preserve the purchasing power of the Venezuelans. Rivero explained that the government will not doubt to increase the wages if it observes deterioration of the purchasing power. Currently, the government is monitoring the proportion of the incomes and the prices of the food and personal hygiene products. During the administration of President Nicolás Maduro, which began in 2013, the Venezuelan minimum wage has been increased 13 times, including the 3 increases of this year.
News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headlines. Opposition alliance admits that it cannot represent other social sectors. United States rejects dialogue with Venezuela. Venezuelan government analyzes another wage increase for this year.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.